silent until you say something.
I mean, that's one way to start it.
Yeah, that is one way to start it, I suppose. So, well, yeah. What's the news of the day then? Maybe not the day, but like what's piqued your interest in the past little bit? Maybe not the past week, but
Here's a good jumping off point. The Republican debate was last night. You don't want to talk.
really don't want to talk about any of that.
like
Wait, that was actually the
that
Republican
was
debate
last
was
night,
last
though.
night?
Yeah, really.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, for hey Alex, I'd like to take things that I don't want to talk about for $200.
Yeah, hey Jamie, pull that up, and then and
Yeah,
then
I'm
and then shut down your computer.
immediately set it on fire. um, which is actually not to really jump into it, but I'm sure that's actually what happened. Was the entire place was set on fire.
If
So
it wasn't, it should have been.
I
Maybe.
mean,
Maybe.
just for the idea that like debates aren't really debates anymore. It's like I don't even care what side of the aisle you're on. So it's a lot of name calling and shit slinging and all that. So it's all about putting the other guy down.
Well,
That's the way I see it.
yes. But
Now,
mainly the Republicans, though.
now if you're if anyone is listening to this and decided to tune in, you found the right place if you're still with us.
Boom, canceled.
Yeah, you found the right guys. But that's not necessarily all that all I want to talk about. But I mean, if you talk about, we touched on it on a little. We've talked about it many times before as well. But that advent of disclosure, we can hop back into that. We did a little tester kind of recording the one time, and I think it seems to have stagnated though in terms of there was a lot of momentum with the congressional hearing, I guess, right? And then now, I don't know. That's just me. I don't really keep up on the news. What's new with the disclosure? What do you know?
There's been a lot of noise, a lot of other things popping up
Well, I mean,
within the community that are like, fake videos. Who knows? But
okay, yeah,
lots
I
of
did see.
things to kind of change the direction of conversation.
Yeah, I did see
So
the thing with
there's
the.
been less discussion about the more formal proceedings and more discussion on these recently released alleged sightings,
Well, I don't know about
disappearances.
right. I don't know about the sightings. The one thing I knew about was there was the whole saga of the MH370 video.
Yeah,
Um,
the alleged.
the alleged one, there was like satellite footage, and then there's well, what the FLIR camera or whatever it was from like a drone is what I'm assuming, and they like a Predator drone or something, and they're watching this
I
plane.
think it was a
And
Reaper drone.
whatever it is. And then the three little dots, circle it, and then it poofs out of existence. And then there was what I saw. The last
Well,
thing that
it flashes out of existence.
okay, whatever, flash poof. You're just splitting hairs.
I mean, splitting atoms maybe.
Rearranging them.
There was a burst of light,
You
and
distribute
then
them
it was gone. A poof, I would consider to be more of a
like smoke.
some sort of a puff. Yeah.
It's just gone. No. Well, so yeah. Either way, it flashed and then it's gone.
This fucking bee came in here.
Yeah,
And it's been staying over there this whole time. And now that we're recording, it wants to fly in front of the camera like 5 times. Come here, you bastard. I don't want to move, but I want to get you.
Take it's an actual bee.
It is. I don't want to hurt it, but it looks like it's like a straight up like, not a honeybee, but a bee of sorts. Just stay over there.
Just,
If you want, we could kind of like start with like a more like formal intro though.
no, I mean this is as formal as it gets. This
Get out of here, you bee.
Get
Welcome to the show.
No, you need to. That should be like the 5-second clip thing. You know,
Like
that
a
you
cold
show.
open.
Right. Get the fuck this bee doing here?
Hey,
Um,
get out of here, you
fuck
son of a
outta
bitch.
here. Yeah, I'll kill you.
I'll get you with my,
Um,
my banana shirt.
I'll kick your ass, bee. Um, so, so as I was, as I was saying, the thing that I saw on the internet, well, I say the internet, but Reddit, because that's just all I use for my news, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. We can touch on that at some point. Echo
Better than
chambers,
Facebook.
but it is quite a bit. But that's okay. I wanna hit back on that. That's like levels of echo chambers. But anyways, the with Facebook being like the echoiest of chambers. Anyways,
Yeah.
but
It's a hall of mirrors for sound. Echoes.
literally, it's just feedback. The MH370 video, what I'd seen, the last thing that I saw was like leading up to this. It was like everyone was trying to debunk this thing. Everyone was trying to say, here's why it's fake, and then there'd be some random guy that was lurking in the shadows on the subreddit who's never posted before.
Yep.
They just come out of nowhere who's an expert, like, nope, see, this is why you're wrong, and this is why this is totally real.
There's
an
ongoing back and forth.
It was literally.
People trying to prove that it was fake and then getting basically shot down.
And then vice versa. Yeah,
I still think the video looks more legit than illegitimate.
It looks legit. Now, but the
whether or
last
not
thing
you want to believe
right,
the implication of it,
right.
you know.
Well, I would want to touch and say just on the very outset, real quick. Yeah, there were people on that plane.
Yeah, I mean,
and the
it's a
plane's no longer
terrifying
here.
prospect.
Yeah, the plane's no longer here. The likelihood is that it crashed from some sort of malfunction, and those people unfortunately died. But the implication with these videos are they just got translocated somewhere. Now, the last thing I saw though on the video was a guy that said on that last frame of the flash, he found it was like clip art. It was like a clip art gallery that was like you could buy it, and then it was licensed images essentially, and it was an animation of fire expanding on a pane of glass, and it looks really cool, but it was like one still frame of it. They matched it up, and then the one post I saw, people were saying that, oh, it's definitely that. Like, this video is totally fake now, and I'm like, okay, maybe it is, and maybe that's the final nail in the coffin, I guess. But then then there was someone else who came on and said oh no, here's what, and they tried to say that no, that
the only possible debunk that I saw that seemed to be some sort of end all in a lot of people's eyes. It was like an effect, for video editing. Yeah, but it was it was like a dude had discovered it on a floppy drive that he had from the 90s.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. Someone found a thing on Amazon,
and it was
you could
I'll
buy
admit
this.
it matched up really well, but
Right.
from my understanding too, it was specifically that frame that matched up.
Right.
People were suggesting, you selected this frame, yeah, it matches up, but none of the other frames do. It could be coincidental.
Yes, and but then it's
how likely is that? I don't know. I mean,
right, but
I'll be honest. There's shockwaves can look similar,
I mean, maybe, yeah.
If you have the same circumstances and the same conditions between two different explosions, the shockwaves might look similar on a fairly low resolution video,
yeah.
the outlines of them.
So then my question then would be,
it was pretty uncanny though, I gotta admit.
well, right, but there were two videos though. I know there were two videos,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them was the FLIR image, and one was the satellite thing. But the flash that happens, I didn't look into it this much. Are both those flashes are they the same image, or is the FLIR one a different image because it's FLIR
So my understanding was that they aren't the same image, as in that frame that they had matched up to the filter.
Right. That was from the FLIR one specifically.
Didn't match up. But what they were saying was they basically took the average of the frames. Basically, they got a filter, like a mask, from averaging all the frames and then removing each frame to where it leaves only what was there on every frame. Which, like, for instance, if you recorded your computer monitor,
right,
like with a video camera, and then you did that, you would see, effectively, you'd see like the smudges and stuff on your screen that aren't part of the video, you know?
Right.
It would remove the frames of the video, but whatever was there the whole time would still be there. So that's what they were saying, and they were saying that between the two videos, it ended up with the same mask. Like the mask was like the same for both videos. My understanding would be that if it was recorded off of some monitor, or if there was some sort, whatever the recording software was, add some sort of like artifact or something, that it doesn't. It's not impossible that the mask would match anyways. If, like I said, if they were just recording off of a monitor, like externally with a camera or something, which seems to be the most likely method for that video having gotten out, in my mind.
Yeah, and okay. I kind of get that now. So, and again, I guess more so to, I don't know, not like the point, but I guess my point is just like that all, you know, notwithstanding and everything, there's just so much, like, that's why I think a lot of people, that if they're interested in something like a topic like disclosure, they're interested in it, and maybe they want it, you know, they want to know the truth and everything. If they were to go into, like, you know, and I'm not trying to like call out one particular subreddit or anything, my camera's doing a weird focus thing, but either way, if they wanted to go and look at this stuff on Reddit, this is what I say, like echo chambers. You know, you get into these communities, and I'm not singling any one of them out, but there's multiple ones. But like, it's just kind of daunting. Like, you might be interested in it, but then like, I could see someone getting turned off pretty quick because they're like, okay, wait, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, you know, you're seeing something about a video. It really is.
Yeah.
And so you got to filter out the nonsense. In my idea, and like rather my view, I should say, I like Reddit because of the fact that you kind of pick and choose what you see, but it is really.
You also get a lot of opposing viewpoints no matter where you're at on Reddit, which is, I think, good for breaking that echo chamber. There are places where that's not the case.
I was gonna say yes.
For example, I'm not speaking on like the.
I'm just gonna say
the quality of the sub, but the conservative subreddit is very much like that.
There's that, and then I won't even want to say like the name of it. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna abbreviate it as RTD. You probably know what I'm talking about. Maybe. I hope you do at least. I don't.
You just say it and I'll cut it.
I mean, you know, that's fine. You can bleep it.
I'll bleep it out. Yeah.
Bleep it in post. It's the Donald. So.
Oh yeah.
Like that's
Fuck that guy.
That's. No, you can keep that in. Yeah. Pull that shit up.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep throwing out weird, stupid references like that. No, like those are incredibly like, okay, they're tight, but they're also cavernous echo chambers. Like, one guy says one thing, it echoes off, and he's just like, literally, I mean, that's the definition. But it's like, oh shit, someone else said that too. No, it was you. It was you the entire time. It seems like you go into those kind of subreddits, and you could get rid of all the usernames, and you could just be like, this is just one guy spouting all this nonsense, and you probably wouldn't be far from the truth. You know, at least in my, well, again, there's probably many, hundreds of thousands, not millions of people that have that kind of viewpoints. And you should respect other viewpoints. That, I think, is
some
kind of paramount. Some, yeah, that's true.
Some
are
most, I would say.
Yeah, most. Yeah, there's.
There are some that are grounded in no basis of reality, though.
Like baby killing, probably shouldn't do that.
Like religion. No, canceled.
We just kind of. Yeah. I mean, I threw out like a pretty good one, and man. So this is why, I think that if people heard what's the idea with this, people hear some of the stuff that we kind of can touch on every now and then. Maybe that might get a little bit more racy here and there.
We'll put that one towards another episode.
Oh, right, yeah. We can get in on that. We can get on that.
We'll put a pin
like
in
you were
that.
saying,
for now, let's move past it.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move past it.
Yeah, we'll just move past it.
So, the as you were talking about echo chambers, it kind of got me thinking about. I just think Facebook's straight up cancer.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Do I use it for, messaging primarily you, and other friends and family that I know throughout the years. I use that for that primarily, but for any like news or current events or to gather like knowledge on something to try to form an opinion off of like some new event, I will never use Facebook. Just seems like a terrible idea. But that's again, that might be just me. There's probably plenty of people out there that love
I really
Facebook.
try not to use Facebook.
To those people that love Facebook, cheers. But I also
good for you. Also bad for you. Be better. just
imagining you just like seeing an actual person. They're like, oh man, you should hit me up on Facebook, and you're like, you should get off Facebook.
Yeah, honestly, nobody should hit you up on Facebook.
No one's going to.
Have you tried? Don't you have phones? To quote Blizzard. Come on, don't you guys have phones?
Oh God, that was like an icy reception for that. What was that? They tried to. What was that about again? That was the.
Have another drink.
I did say reception.
An icy reception. All right, Mr. Connery, right this way.
But what was that about? That was like there was some app they did.
It was like I think it was like a Diablo mobile app or something they did.
Oh yeah, and everyone's like, boo.
They were like, what the fuck is this shit? We want Diablo.
Yeah, we want a game, not
it's like a card game.
You guys have phones?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like, don't you guys have phones? Come on. I gotta say, I sympathize with the developers, but maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Read the room.
I was gonna say read the room. I was gonna say read the room. I was literally just about.
Yeah. I feel like, all right, moving on. We won't show off this thing we've been working on for 3 years.
You know what these guys want? I'm just imagining some board.
They knew everyone wanted Diablo.
There's like several people that are just like, don't do the phone thing. This is like a hardcore game, like PC gaming thing.
No, dude, people are gonna love it. They'll give it a chance, and everyone's gonna love it.
They shit on mobile gamers all the time. No.
It's greenlit.
See, the thing is, it's already been earmarked, Jeff.
Take the whole team and give them 3 years of development time and money.
So we're gonna just do it.
Put our best guys on it. This mobile
game. I've been holding this beer. I need to take a swig. I just like looking at the beer in the camera. It's a good beer.
I mean,
you can't see the label, but it is a good beer.
It's a good beer.
I can't have that
I don't
want to get.
That they're English light. Wiser.
Right. I was gonna say I don't want to get sued. Please don't sue me.
English light wiser.
If that's if any of those, it should disclaimer. I'm sure there'll be one at the beginning of the video, but anything we say in this is utter nonsense.
Yeah. Just pure.
Complete.
Straight up foolishness.
I might as well actually be
to this or put any weight to the words that we're saying.
I'm just saying I might actually be talking out of my ass when I'm saying this, but
in fact, our intent is to be speaking nothing more than just pure gibberish this whole time. So if it makes sense to you, that's on you.
That was not my intention at
Purely
all.
Unintentional, yeah.
Right. But yeah, we're gonna move past that.
Any reference to actual words is purely coincidental.
Yeah. Little did you know, you're just having a stroke right now, and you think you're hearing actual words, but no, you need to go to the hospital.
In my mind, we're soaring through the ether.
Yeah. No, so that's
Starfield's coming up soon.
Starfield is coming up soon. Excited for that. I'm excited for Todd Howard to pull the veil off us once again and go, surprise, motherfuckers! It's Skyrim again.
Yep. Oh, you're awake.
So, I do think it would be kind of hilarious, just a little hilarious. Like if there was like a little console in there you could like plug into, and then it starts that scene. That'd be kind of funny. That's like them taking the piss out of it, you know. But
they had a interview. I think it was Pete Hines. He had like today or yesterday, because they're doing Gamescom right now. And Todd Howard spoke. Pete Hines spoke on stage. I don't think that stuff's come out yet on the video online. It was more like for the conference, you know.
Side note: keep your thought process. This is just, you know, I've had a few beers. I really want this globe right here. I want that to be spinning next time. But anyways, continue.
So I can't see a globe, but it's because I turn on the hold on, I'll turn off this together mode.
Oh yeah, no, turn that off. See the globe. I want that spinning.
On my end. Oh yeah.
I really want that.
We'll have to get like a video one.
All right, that's this random outburst of ADD gone. You mentioned Pete Hines, Todd Howard.
Yeah, so they spoke together. Some guy like ran up on stage like a dickhead and was like, "What about GTA 6?" It's like they're Bethesda, like they're Take-Two, but like they're not Rockstar. Yeah, they're all Take-Two Interactive, but like
they don't.
I don't even think so. Xbox
like
didn't even buy. Thing, you know? I don't think Xbox bought Take-Two. They only bought Bethesda, I think.
Right, because like Take-Two's like it's like the umbrella, like over it. It's like Alphabet. What is that? That's like Google, right?
Yeah.
That is still the thing, right?
Google, yeah, it's Google's monopoly protection. Really, is what it is. They knew that if they kept going unabated and unstopped, that they would be considered a monopoly. So they built the umbrella company so they could start breaking off their companies into alternate companies and being like, oh, see, we aren't dominating any one market. We're dominating all of them, but it's actually the parent company that's... We're good. Don't worry about it. No monopolies here.
I just want to say in a post statement for both of us. Also, Google... Don't
sue us.
They're a really great company.
Yeah, no, I love Google. I use Google all the time.
I love my search engine, you know. Yeah. You can... Yeah, what is it? What's the word you always tell me all the time? Not word, but it's like so how to Google things. Like, is it called like parsing or whatever? Not really parsing, but like basically like you keywords, I guess. Like all you need is keywords. Don't type in an entire phrase, just keywords. That's all you need, and you'll find pretty much anything on the fucking internet. It also surprises me.
They got a lot of cool parameters you can use too.
Tangenting a little bit, it surprises me how many people. So a lot of the crowd that'll use Facebook. We can hop back on that one. A lot of the crowd that uses Facebook for all
the old and the ignorant.
Yes.
Among others, I'm sure.
There's others, yeah, but they don't. They just don't know how to Google something. You know, you can find out everything if you Google something. Like, hell, dude, like it's all on Wikipedia. Like the entire like aggregate knowledge of like the world, more or less, is on Wikipedia to some degree. And they have sources. You can go to those sources and find all the information that you want to, you know, research. If you want to see when those Facebook people, they say, "Oh, I researched it." Okay, well, why don't you cite your sources then? How about that? Let's do some like MLA formatting, you know.
Well, yeah.
But they don't do that because that would just be that'd make sense and it'd be too much work. That's what echo chambers create.
There's a lot of nice little tricks in Google though. So like specifically, if you want to find. So like
barrel roll.
You wanna yeah, that's nice too. Flip a coin, that's another one.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, you can say flip a coin, you can say roll a dice.
Oh, what did it? There was one you could make it do like the Thanos snap, and then like a bunch of web pages go away.
Yeah, like half of them like fade away into dust.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
A couple of them that I use all the time. So most people, I think, when they Google something and like. You and I, we like getting ones that are on like results that are from Reddit specifically because you get like a variety of people answer. It's a good forum on top of its other uses, you know.
Right, it's a good aggregate.
Yeah, like there's discussion and stuff. So a lot of people that are like us would be like, oh, like da 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 da, my search, and then like Reddit.
Right.
You know, I'd be like, oh, like best like audio recording software, Reddit. You know, and it'll show you some links from Reddit. But what you can also do is you can type in, you know, your search, like say best audio recording software, and then you can put like site : like SITE : and then reddit.com, and it'll only show you results from reddit.com. Now, that's useful enough, but say you don't want results from like Tumblr or from, you know, Tom's Hardware or something else.
You can have it like
you can do like say it's like Tumblr.com or whatever it is. I'm gonna have to like edit that to say a different name or something probably, you know. But whatever, you could say like the site.
Example.
Yeah. Tumblr's fine. I've never really used it, but I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, but you can type the same thing. You do site : Tumblr.com, but you can put a minus before it, like with no space, and it will exclude any of the any results from that site with that domain. Okay. You can also do that not just with the site thing, but with any keyword. So you could be like, say you're looking for the band Nirvana, right? And you type, or you're looking for like a definition of the word Nirvana in like the spiritual sense, but it keeps showing you results of the band.
Right.
You know, you could type Nirvana, and then you could type, you know, minus Kurt Cobain, or which kind of Courtney Love kind of did that too. She kind of removed Kurt Cobain as a result. Allegedly.
I suppose that's one take.
That's one take.
Very popular take, I guess.
It's fiction. It's fiction, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, you could do like minus Kurt Cobain or minus band, minus grunge, whatever. All the results that are showing up that are based on like the music, you can find the keywords that are most common in those results, and you could put minus and then that word, so it will exclude all the results with those common terms in it, and it should get you to the definition of what you're looking for, you know.
Right.
The results that you're looking for. Super useful. Those two alone will get you pretty much to any result that you need. The minus, like the hyphen symbol to remove results, and the site keyword also is super useful.
I just never knew that, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, most people don't realize there's like there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of like extra like little search shortcut parameter things you can put in there that filter it in different ways.
Yeah,
you could make it search for like specific time periods, like from this date to this date. You can make it search.
You can like find an article, like based on like a certain like time frame or whatever. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and you can also make it another one that's real useful is specifically you can like if you're looking for lyrics for like a song.
Right.
I don't know, like Sad But True, right?
It's a good song.
Yeah, I don't know what band that would be from. Neither do you, probably.
I have no idea, like at all.
You know,
not at all.
Some shirt-based band.
Yeah, no idea.
But you can put Sad But True in quotes, and it will only show things that have that exact phrase.
Oh.
It excludes. It doesn't care about case sensitive or not, but it'll only use that exact phrase, which is kind of very useful sometimes. There's another keyword I don't know off the top of my head, but it basically is it'll let you. It may be an asterisk or something. It'll let you put a word, but it'll also use that word and its synonyms as part of the search result. So that's kind of helpful too.
But you mentioned asterisk, and it reminded me of a.
Grace, move, man. Go.
Speaking of animals, I was gonna say it reminded me of one of the newer, not off the new season, but of one of the older, well, new-ish season of Futurama. There was like a thing to do with cats or whatever, and then Bender says something to the effect of like, "Oh, they're cute because their anus looks like an asterisk." I was like,
that's why.
I was like, what the fuck? But he's not wrong.
I mean, doesn't everything's anus kind of look like an asterisk?
If you look close enough, yes, they do. Not apparently. If we saw that earlier, look at Steve-O's, and apparently
it was the lighting.
He does say that. He does say that. Also,
I would believe it. It's the shadowy depths of a man who's fucked with his asshole too many times.
I'm sorry. I just I don't know. That's true. I just want to enlighten anyone who may possibly be listening to this. You need to just all you gotta search up. It'll probably Google it'll auto complete for you. Just search up Steve-O, and then the word gathering. Yep, just search that up. Yeah, You'll find Steve-O. The image. Do a little clicking around. Just do a little clicking around. Maybe go to Reddit if you're.
For me, it was the first result.
Oh, that's and the thing is, like, if you're decent enough at kind of filtering through some information, you'll find the information that you want to know. Now, I should put that disclaimer out there.
Or think you want to know.
You really don't want to know. Like I said, you got to put the disclaimer out there. If you Google that, it is a picture of like what looks to be
There's a video.
Steve-O's. There's a video too. There's a video as well.
If you're gonna go all in, you know.
I mean, you know, I opened the picture in the video because I figured, you know, why not? I have no shame.
Well,
it's literally.
I mean, you weren't the one showing your asshole to a crowd of 17,000 people.
That's true, but I looked.
Or more or less, I don't know. I didn't really see the crowd.
But I looked.
My eyes were elsewhere.
I mean, to be honest.
I'll be honest. I looked.
It was very gaping. It was very gaping. Could have been.
It was more shadowy than gaping.
Looked pretty gaping. It just looks like it's cavernous.
You know. Hollywood.
I used that word twice now because
it was
echo chambers.
It was very Hollywood.
It again, you know. Yeah, it's the pleats. Let's throw that reference.
Grace, will you stop, man? Go in there. Go. I'm gonna have to edit this out now because of you. I mean, go. She just like came around again. Go over there. Go.
What you should do is do like a hyper. You need to do like a hyper edit of.
I'm gonna do like a goddamn dog whistle.
No. So hear me out. You need to do like a hyper edit of like I'm just gonna call it hyper edit of like, it's got to be just you, like telling your dog to go away. Just like all the times you do that, you got to edit those into like their own video.
She's like,
that'd be kind of.
She's got like human tears now.
Well, you know, again, like it'd be kind of cute if you did that. Some people might find that endearing. You know, they just want to be there with you.
Very persistent. But the thing is, she doesn't care if I'm not recording or not on a voice call or something. It's the only time she wants to be with me is when I'm doing something else.
Well, when you're talking, she thinks that there's
specifically when I'm talking to someone else. I do a lot of talking to myself because I'm a crazy person.
I mean, you know, I
as evidenced.
I'm just saying, I do it sometimes every now and then because it helps me to think through a problem sometimes. If I can hear myself say it out loud, then yeah, like I mean, the amount of times I've heard myself say, "Where did I put that?"
You see her?
Like literally, I can't see her on my end.
Are you on Skype?
Yeah, I have that opened up as well, but I haven't. Oh God! I mean, no, it was jarring. No, she's cute, but it was jarring.
You're on OBS.
No, not even because I was on OBS. The overlay you have on Skype looks. We're in like a tiki hut. I think.
I turned that off. I thought.
It looks to be on.
Oh, here. Whoa, that's kind of cool.
I mean, it's neat, I guess.
Although you have to turn it off, I think.
How do I?
On the top right, click View and click Grid View.
Well, that helps.
And also, click that again and click Show Me in the Call Screen. I only just saw that. That's actually, I like that better.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
That's better. Yeah. I've just been talking, like, and then looking at my video. I'm new at this. We're new at this. You know, it's.
This is only the fourth attempt, but we're slowly working things out.
You know,
we finally unlocked the ability to potentially edit things.
Exactly. That's the idea. Editing is needed.
I was gonna say it's sometimes important.
It's necessary.
Like when I say things like Nestle is using child slaves, and you know, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Well, those are just facts, though.
Well, you know, they are
hard to disprove. Tell me that those didn't happen.
Prove me wrong.
Right. I was actually thinking earlier too, because by some miracle, if anyone else in the world happens to listen to this or see it on YouTube, if it gets put on there, and you decide,
this one's gonna need some heavy editing, I think, though.
That's fine. I don't know. You can edit it all you want. I think that
there's 7 minutes.
No, there's 7 minutes of gold, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
That's where you gotta whittle it down. You gotta whittle it down.
Yeah, we're boiling. We're simmering it to bring out its natural flavors, like you would do for water soup.
That's another story for something. You should just post that as like an image or something at some point. Like throw that in there.
We could just go through the recipes. Like, honestly, we ought to do one day where we do like a cooking show kind of setup, where we cook the 3-course meal.
So if you still have
gave me.
If you still have the text, I don't know if you'll be able to do it, and if not, you can cut this from the whole experience here. But if you have the text, I want you to edit it in. Exactly. I want you to edit it in and put it like right there where my finger is, kind of thing. You know, I want you to like put it right there, and then people can look at it and have it scroll by, and I want them to read it, and because you gotta see it to believe it.
I'll share the recipes with our follower.
It was a good recipe. Exactly.
Our one follower.
That you brought me back onto what I was gonna say. If anyone out there actually does watch this, it should be noted that we live in the wonderful state of Florida. We've got
not my choice.
We've got a government that
it is one.
Of all the governments that exist in the United States for the states, it's one of them.
Yep.
And
for now.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, I'm just.
you're just spitting facts.
Yeah.
No, more so to the point though, the great state of Florida. Constant threat of like hurricanes. I feel like all the time now, more so than ever. There's like fucking like, well, there's not hurricanes out there, but there's like 4 or some odd like things they were tracking at some point that could become a potential storm. You know. And I think that, we were talking about it earlier. I think it's kind of, in my mind, I'm not gonna say foolish, but it just seems like when you talk about climate change, it's like, at what point do the naysayers have to be like, okay, you were right.
I'm just saying, God didn't send a hurricane to California until the Republicans started banning books and banning gayness. You know.
Again, that's.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying there's a causation and correlation kind of. I'm just stating facts.
That is not a coincidence.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
It may or may not be coincidental. Who knows? But
it's not at all.
I just know how the flow of time works.
Exactly. You know.
You know, that didn't happen until then.
A happened and then B happened. It's just A comes from it's
sequence.
Science. That's science.
That's literally it's more scientific than some people.
Some of the other shit they put out. Oh God! All right, that's you gotta find a
like the Always Sunny podcast. Cut that.
That's fine.
I always love when they say that.
Well, yeah.
It's a great podcast.
I would have to.
There's some good guys. We gotta get them on here. Well, Charlie. And
I'd like here. Just throwing that out there.
Maybe see if Rob can get Ryan Reynolds. That'd be nice.
I was gonna
see if we can get Howard Stern on here. I don't know what he'd do, but
I'm just gonna settle.
It'd be like that Deadpool. Who was it? Tom Cruise cameo. Who was it?
It was
just get him on for one frame.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
He's just.
Right.
We had him though. You had him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Here's Howard Stern, everybody. All right, that was Howard Stern.
I'd be okay with it if anyone wanted to come on here as a guest. Just like a homeless person, even that'd be great.
Like Peter when he says the entire alphabet at once. Hey.
Hold on, wait. Like the classic bits from Family Guy always get me, like, cause that's I always fucking love that shit. Or even one of the songs that got banned. Well, they didn't get banned. Fox didn't show it. They showed it once, and they're like, "Oh, we can't show that ever again." It was he sings a song that's entitled "I Need a Jew," and it's about getting a Jewish person to help him with his finances and everything because he's terrible at them apparently. And then he sees the guy, and he's like, the guy breaks down in front of his house, and it's also sung to the tune of "When You Wish Upon a Star," I believe. And then the guy shows up to his house and goes, "Hey, my car broke down inside your house. Can I use your phone?" And then Peter goes, "Now my troubles are all through. I've found a Jew." And then, or I have a Jew. And then the guy goes, "Hey!" Just, and then,
closes door.
Yeah, they can't show that shit anymore. Like, they don't do shit
no.
like that anymore.
Get in the basement.
It's fucking great. Old school bits like that will always get me. Like the first time he fell.
I always hated that bit, honestly.
I loved it. Like it was classic just because like it goes on for just too long to the point where it's absurd. They found a good.
It's like the Conway Twitty bit.
Medium, Now that one, kinda yeah.
No.
Like,
in the vein of us being crotchety old men and wishing for the good old days.
Yeah.
South Park, they're still good. Don't get me wrong, and they're kind of getting a little bit more back on track a little bit. But man, you couldn't beat classic South Park.
Oh, classic South Park was the shit.
It was so topical. It was like they made it like right as it was airing, basically. So it was like always up to date, always hitting on something that was like current, and it was funny as shit. Still, I understand they only do like 6 to 10 episodes now, like 6 to 8 or something now, but it's just not the same. Like in the literal sense, it's not the same. Like the show still has the same characters, but they don't produce the show with the same like storytelling style in my my perspective.
So I mean, one of the things that I kind of admire about them specifically and what they do
Matthew and Trevor.
Well, yes, Matt and Trey. They like if they have like an opinion on something, they're not afraid to like talk about it in their show. And then if their opinion turns out to just be like probably like dead wrong, like they had like we talked about climate change. I'm just saying they like climate change.
Fake news.
So they had that. They made the whole
Al Gore
man bear pig
thing.
They made the whole man bear pig, and then once they kind of changed their tune, they had the episode where like Al Gore's like, he's like, I told you I was right. Fuck you guys. I'm not gonna help you.
It was very on the nose, but it was also good. They were like, we are sorry, Al Gore.
Yeah. Yeah.
We apologize. You did tell us, and we didn't listen to you, and we're sorry.
we didn't listen. We didn't listen. But no, they didn't.
There was still a comedic sense to it, but
yes,
it also felt like honestly like a heartfelt apology to Al Gore. Not that he's ever gonna necessarily see it, but he might see it, but he's not gonna watch the show. I don't think. Maybe he does. Maybe he loves South Park. I don't know.
Maybe not necessarily to Al Gore, but more so I think just to like the reams of scientists that have been dedicating
but specifically
their
Al
lives to,
Gore.
I mean, yeah, because they make fun of him because he
the
became
apology
the poster child.
Was literally directed like to Al Gore. Obviously, that's the character of Al Gore.
That's true. You're right. In the episode, they do like apologize to him.
Al Gore, we're sorry.
Yeah, and he's like, "Are you cereal?"
Yeah. Puts on his cape.
Cereal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll help you. He sits down like his crazy like reclining chair, as it like leans back. Oh man. Again, they're not afraid to talk about that kind of stuff, which is good. But yeah,
scientists are real.
Again, yeah, scientists are real, and so is climate change. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. The water's hotter, and you've still got people running around being like, "Oh well, wait." My favorite is when they say some shit like, "Oh, they said it was gonna cause like an ice age. It's hot as balls right now." Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like.
That's how it starts.
I said literally that's how it starts actually.
Yep.
And or better yet is, I just so I can see it happen again because I love it. I love it when shit like this happens. I want Florida to have an unseasonably cold winter. Therefore, all of the fucking deniers are gonna come out in the woodwork again and say, "See, I told you, it's cold outside."
I mean, unseasonably cold. I would.
Cold.
I mean,
means it's not global warming.
Maybe the implication wouldn't be amazing, but the implication is just the scientific truth at this point, I think. But if we straight up had like a blizzard that hit Florida, like it fucking blew in from the north or something,
that's climate change.
Nobody could say shit at that. It's like, who's gonna? We're never gonna get a hurricane hitting California.
Yeah. That lasted long though. It's, it's one of those things.
We also just recently had the first like typhoon that turned into a hurricane. Like it came from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere. Okay, a hurricane turned into a typhoon. It's like the first time that's ever happened, like in recorded history, as far as I know.
Well, it wasn't southern to northern. It was from the east to the western hemisphere. Yeah. It crossed the international date line, and it started in the Atlantic, and then became, it weakened a little bit, went across Mexico, Gulf of Mexico, all that, went across Mexico, ends up in the Pacific, and then it re-strengthened, and then kept going.
Just kept going.
Like,
we're about to be Saturn up in this bitch.
Let's say that's kind of wild. Yeah, and there's a lot that's...
Isn't that Saturn? They got like the eye of Saturn. Or is that Jupiter?
Think about like the Great Red Spot. That'd be Jupiter.
Yeah, it's Jupiter.
Yeah. You can get me started on the planets, man. I talk about that all day.
I feel like we need a whole episode on that one.
I'd say it's the whole thing, man. There's a lot to do with outer space and everything. We've talked about it before, just in general, like you and I. But there's a lot of people in the world that they just think so they think so centralistic. They're like, oh, my life, and just like the 400 square feet around me. That's all they're thinking about. They don't really think about globally or even universally, much less universally, but globally. There's a lot of things going on. I did see some. I didn't read the specifics, but apparently just today it was on the World News subreddit. The Ukrainians, I guess they liberated a sort of key town on their way. I think closer to like the Crimea region. I think that's what it was. Man, and I just feel, I feel like it's the 24-hour news cycle, I think, The thing is, that's still happening over there. And it was a big thing for a good bit in the United States, and I think it's kind of died down a little bit because, well, that doesn't get as much ratings as, debates.
Honestly, I don't know anybody who even watched the debate last night, of all things.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean,
I'll say this, though.
I don't know.
I think I saved it on my phone, actually. I may not have. I'm gonna look for it though.
Hear my dad in the background popping.
I didn't save it, but it was our current president is kind of running with the whole Dark Brandon theme.
Hell yeah, and I fucking love it.
I know, me too. They reappropriated that dumb shit and turned it into like a strength.
Hell yeah.
So in the city where the debate was, I have no idea where it even was held, honestly. Wherever the debate was held, though, they had it was like a mobile billboard. It's basically a like a box truck that has like an illuminated like screen on the sides and back. And it was like the Dark Brandon thing with like the laser beams coming out of his eyes, and it was like said something along the lines of Republicans are have taken away inalienable rights from women, and then like on the other side of it, it's like, it was like, what is the result of Republicans taking away, like crucial rights for women, and the other side is like, they're about to find out, and I was like, damn straight, they're about to find out, and like I said, I know many Republicans in my line of work, and
I do too.
I don't know any of them that were like, oh, did you see the debate last night? If it was the previous election, they'd have been all over that. Like, that's standing on the street corner, like popping off like fireworks and shit.
Their natty lights.
Yeah.
Now that's just now I'm just stereotyping. You shouldn't do
that. I mean, it's a certain type.
Yeah. I mean, generally speaking.
Yeah.
But
they don't drink that Budweiser anymore. You know what's dumb? They still drink Budweiser.
Well, they drink Budweiser.
John,
they don't drink that fucking Bud Light though, because Bud Light's just godless heathens.
They don't stand for anything.
They don't. I mean, honestly,
they stand for what they're told to stand for, and then they move on until they're told to stand for something else.
I don't drink no Bud Light because I don't like that company.
Yeah.
Putting their opinions in my gullet.
Them Bud Lights trying to make us all gay.
It's like I'm gonna switch to Budweiser. Okay.
It's like, you know what? Sure.
You go right ahead. You need to switch to like Natty Light
like,
or something.
Anheuser-Busch. Budweiser's actually only half as strong as Bud Light, so you really need to drink two of them.
You need to get the full effect.
Yeah.
Was it
to make up for the gayness that the Bud Light gave you?
Anheuser-Busch
ought to drink two Budweisers for every Bud Light you would have drank.
Let's say like it's Anheuser-Busch or is it InBev or whatever? Like that parent company owns so many beers.
Oh yeah.
So to truly get away,
even
is
a bunch of
hard.
like craft beers. Bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me.
I'll bless you, but I won't excuse you.
Oh, that's.
We're talking here.
I know. It was inconsiderate of me. I'm sorry about that. You know, and this is also, you know, I'm sure if this gets posted online, I'd like this one too, if you can get it edited properly. There's, you know, I used to work in an environment where a lot of the clientele that came in were very conservative. I feel like okay saying that they were very, very conservative, and you know, even if they weren't, I could tell pretty quickly, you know, because of it, well, again, you know, most people don't know that, but or if they're listening, I sold firearms for a while, for a sporting goods company. I don't really want to name the company, but I sold firearms.
Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Yeah.
I don't have to have my audio on that part.
Yeah, we'll just edit that out. Yeah. He said Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yep. Gander Mountain.
Yeah. Yep. The one that doesn't exist. Play It Again Sports. Wait.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of shuttered companies. Toys R Us.
Yeah. Kmart. Yep, that's Kmart. Yeah. Sears. Whoa.
Radio Shack.
Yeah. Circuit City. What about you know? We got
Ryan used to work at Circuit City.
Oh yeah. That's weird. But anyways, working in that environment though, and seeing and hearing the people come through and talk about, I mean, I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe that everyone should be able to own a firearm. I don't believe that everyone should own a firearm. What I mean is, everyone should have the right to own a firearm, but I don't think everyone should, because there's just crazy people out there, and some people just get angry and they shouldn't.
Some people would see that as a reason that everyone should, though.
Yeah, but that's no. I just refute that. It's like no, because I mean, if you don't know how to at least safely,
it's like mutually assured destruction. Like look at North Korea. Honestly, they would not have gotten away with all the dumb shit they've done, the dumb shit they've said, the crazy accusations and threats they've made if they didn't have nukes. They'd have been fucking walked over already.
Oh yeah,
and for good reason. But with the nuclear deterrent, they're allowed to do what they need to do.
They just saber rattle a few times.
What they think they need to do.
No, what they do is they're just like, we're gonna nuke you, and then the U.S. is like, breaks open pocketbook. How much do you need?
Mm-hmm.
Writes them a check or airdrops some supplies. Darn.
It's okay with the ruble at like a 1 to 100 now with the U.S. dollar, from my understanding, like in the last few days.
Oh, I can buy Russia now. Sweet.
Most of the you could probably buy some real estate.
All right.
You may get flagged by the FBI for being a foreign investor in a hostile territory. I don't know how that works though.
Oh, I got to be careful with that then. Can't do that. Damn, I got to contact my investors.
Yeah.
I don't have investors. I'm broke. Anyways.
I have to contact my financial advisor. Hey, Ma!
Yeah.
I need $100.
That's, yeah. Mine would just be open my bank account. Fuck.
Well,
that's
not buying property in Russia even.
Yeah, can't do that.
Else.
Yeah, or anywhere for that matter.
Play The Sims on Game Pass.
I'll just
have to use that cheat code.
I'll earn a lot of money in Cities Skylines. All right.
It's
a good game.
Fairly decent at that game, yeah.
I enjoy that game.
I'm ready for City Skylines too. I'm also really excited for Flight Simulator 2024. It looks much expanded. Hello, Grace.
I mean the one that, oh yeah, there she is. The one that, 2020, I guess. That one was pretty fun. Or 2021, I don't know what it was. But, like, that one was pretty good.
This is what she does.
Well, I know. She's like I told you, she's like a cat.
I'm not even laying back. She's just, yeah.
She's like a cat.
Yep.
But Microsoft Flight Simulator, the most recent one, actually is really, really fun to play. Yeah.
It's funny. All she wants to do is just sit in my lap. She's just laying down.
I think it's fun to...
There's like jobs now in the Flight Sim 2024 thing. The maps look better. Like the resolution of like the world looks better. the buildings in cities look better, like by default, without like the expansion packs and stuff.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun just to be able to like, in general, like just fly a plane around and like and
oh yeah,
see,
well I mean you
like,
hop in the damn F-35 or no, you fly in that Dark Star thing. You're here to fucking Miami in like 17 minutes.
Nah,
like,
no,
and
no,
back.
it was
Miami and back.
I did find out
you go to Daytona pretty quickly also.
You can get to Daytona in like less than 10, I think, if you have the afterburners on an F-16.
I went on one of those what is it, the Seahawk.
Yeah, but you can't not fly it and not have Danger Zone playing.
I mean, you have to. That should just be the sound the game plays for the jets.
Bro, anytime I was playing GTA 5 and you get in the Harrier jet, and then that song would come on the radio, I'm like, well, I can't land my plane now. I gotta do some cool fucking like flips
maneuvers.
And shit, because I'm Tom Cruise.
That was my favorite part about the Battlefield games, was flying the jets.
That was very.
I would fly upside down, as close to the ground as I could.
Just to do it, and then like, whoop, tank, boom, you blow up.
Like I hit a guy one time flying upside down, just like a guy.
That's the noise I imagined it made.
It's like an insect on a windshield, you know.
What was that? Oh,
just
James.
Just a Harrier, an inverted 700 mile an hour Harrier.
Well, you know, I will say, I'm hopeful that people, you know, we touched on it a little bit.
You didn't even like Baldur's Gate 3. Literally, best RPG I've ever played, like hands down.
It seemed like a good game.
I'm optimistic and excited for Starfield. Baldur's Gate,
me too.
Straight up best RPG I've ever played in my life, and that's like my game genre of choice.
Oh yes. That's another topic I want to talk about at some point. But what I will say is, at least
I think we do need to do like a gaming episode and a space episode.
Specifically, one thing I will say is, at least on the brief little bits of stuff that we kind of jumped around on, I hope that some people can, you know, we started off kind of talking about with like the MH370 thing and, you know, just the disclosure thing. There's a lot more to it than people are getting from like standard news outlets. I've seen a couple of news outlets that talk about it, and I've seen, you know, interviews with some of these people, and even the one with Michio Kaku, you know, renowned physicist and everything, or astrophysicist.
Theoretical physicist.
Is he theoretical? I thought he was astrophysicist.
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson's the astrophysicist.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Well, you know, and I think that
physicist nonetheless. But
right. I think that it's kind of telling that, like, you know, one of the things he said was the burden of proof has now shifted from, you know, show us the evidence to it's now to the military, like basically saying, hey, prove that it's not aliens, essentially is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Prove that it's not, you know, man-made.
The burden of proof no longer lies on the public or the people making the claims.
Exactly.
It's the people being heavily suspected of covering it up at this point.
Yeah, because I mean, it's still one of those things that I just don't understand why. I kind of get it because there's a lot of things going on in like people's lives at any given moment, but if there's, you know, trillions of dollars being earmarked for these, like, you know, black budget things that you
really
have no idea what's like.
Supposedly, and the only reason it's really coming out in public in the Congress is because it's being misappropriated, supposedly.
Okay, yeah, like maybe right, and that's still, but it's
like
still
it's basically being stolen from other projects.
Right, but, even that though, I mean, just the fact that like, well, that's bad enough. But I just think it's still kind of crazy that like, I get it for like national security.
But shit, they got Al Capone on the damn, what was it, tax evasion.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, if we're gonna get disclosure, I mean, the financial purposes is probably the way it's gonna come out when it comes to our government.
Right. Now, again, I understand the concept of, you know, national security, and if there's something that is like, if they reveal too much information about it, it kind of compromises that, you know, that's fine. But like, if you have something. It's just, if you're just straight up lying to the public, if you said like, okay, this is a program that we have in place it's a weapons development program. We can't tell you what it is because it's so cutting edge. We don't want our the bad guys to know. Cool, like gravy, awesome. Keep making the cool things, But if you're just like, hey, this is.
You work with somebody who says that?
Wait, what?
Gravy. Somebody at your work says that, don't they? I've never heard you say that in my life.
No, it's a turn of phrase.
From someone, maybe. Does Nate say gravy?
Nate doesn't say gravy. He says shucks.
Yeah, he does. And probably things like dern.
Again, he doesn't say dern, but I haven't heard him say that. I did hear him say pissed off though, which I didn't think he actually would say that either. It's kind of right. That's like kind of next step up. He's almost there, but at any rate,
your video really kind of froze there for a second. That's okay.
I think
the recording's coming from your side, so.
Right. One of the things, again, to me, it's just kind of boggling that. They're like, okay, here's these programs that. Here, the money's going into this program, but then you find out, actually, the money's not going into that program. It's going into, it's gone. Where'd it go? We really can't tell you.
Yeah.
It's like you
well,
should
that's
be able
the thing.
to tell us.
It's just
like,
gone.
Here's the thing.
Apparently,
the
Pentagon has failed like every audit for like the last many years.
It's just, I don't know.
And that's just something that's just been glossed over. Yeah.
Like, right.
They get audited, and they're just like, oh no, we lost it. And the government's just like, oh well, alright, try to do better.
Yeah, do better next year.
It's only taxpayer money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an increased defense budget every year.
Here's a bigger budget.
Yep.
Have at it.
Since some of it seems to just kind of fall into a black hole, we'll just give you more to make up the difference.
That would be kind of the irony would be kind of hilarious.
But we can't give people health care or time off.
What if it's literally this dumb spaghetti? You said it. It just seems to fall into a black hole. I'm just imagining government guys scrambling around. They're listening to this right now. They're like, shit. They know about the black hole that only feeds on money.
Yep, that's the only thing keeping it at bay.
Right.
Is the tax dollars.
Yeah, it's like I need money. Okay.
It's growing at an annual rate of 12%.
Money actually.
That's why the defense budget keeps getting bigger.
Money actually keeps it in check. They need to throw more money They tried to shrink it, but
whatever they do, it just grows every year a little bit.
It still grows a little bit, but if they don't do anything, it grows even more. That's the thing. So then they need more money. They gotta just.
They're actually protecting it. I mean, it's literally national security.
It is. It's a lose-lose.
More global security, but when their perspective is focused on the national mindset, it's national security. Oh, yeah. Grace.
Oh, man. It's just... It gets me that... if anyone... you put this online, I would want people to... I wouldn't say just don't do the whole dumb bullshit where it's like do your own research, but kind of look into the topic and if you
see what Q says about all this.
Who?
Q.
Q?
Yeah, of QAnon fame.
Oh, I thought you were like making a Star Trek reference, like Q. I was like,
I wish.
I was like,
we need a Star Trek episode too.
Yes. Maybe it's just Q fucking with us. The trial never began or never ended. That's what it says. Anyways, I just think that people should look into it and look more. Try to get diversified, sources. See, because there's a lot out there about it that is misleading and will lead you down kind of fringe shit. But if you stick to the known quantities, where the USS Nimitz video, the Tic Tac video, all that crap.
They released some Sphere videos now too.
I saw that one. I saw they were in the desert. There was one that showed it that
seen that were one combat areas.
Yeah, the combat area one I saw, there was one that they were tracking it. It went into the water, came out, and then split into 3 things, then melded again. Did some weird funky shit. So, and that's footage from U.S. aircraft. I don't understand how other people don't. Maybe it's not as important to some people like that, and I kind of understand that. I get that degree because you got other shit going on, but it's like, damn, those are real things that have happened. Like, it's actually on video. You've got like sensor data. You've got radar and lidar and all that shit, and you've got the footage. Like, people are always saying, "Oh, show us evidence." There's the fucking evidence. There's like a video of it right there, like a 20-minute video.
There's a ton of evidence. Yeah. Literally, yeah.
It's like again,
it's literally a ton of evidence.
And at that point, it's like, okay, you need to stop saying, "Show me the evidence." It's like, now you need to start asking a lot more questions. And I think people should be doing that for themselves, like write their congressmen, things like that. So, I don't know. Well, I think we're going a little bit long-winded here. Maybe we'll have to pick it up next time.
I mean, for one, it's going to get cut down in so many ways.
I mean, that's fair.
But if you're done, we can just abruptly stop.
I don't want to abruptly stop.
I mean, we started pretty abruptly.
Abruptly starting is fine. We don't need an intro. But we need an outro though.
Maybe we just do like an actual intro video.
That's fine.
Not like one of the stupid ones though, where it's like 18 billion decibels and like some ridiculous symbol with our names on it.
Wait for it.
Yeah. You're gonna need some new speakers after each time you play it.
Yeah. No. We'll just just like a little.
Also, the other thing that gets me too is like nobody fucking does like mixes the audio from their intro to their video. You might have the intro be like 18 billion decibels, like I said, and then like the audio of the video is like 9.
They're like way quiet.
It's like, yeah, turn it back up, and then his next video plays at the end of it, and it's like, yeah. It's like, well, that was kind of loud. I don't know. I might unsubscribe.
or the music doesn't, or like the theme of the music doesn't fit the
yeah.
Like
it's like his Minecraft videos intro, but he's talking about like his recent divorce or something.
Well, that I was just more saying like it sounds like really upbeat or like heavy metal music, and the guy gets on, he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?"
Yeah, like the tone, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. Maybe you need to get like a smooth jazz intro or something.
I'll show you guys how to knit a pair of socks. Out of sheepskin. What?
Yeah, it's a very creepy individual in general. But yeah, no. So I mean, yeah.
Let me close the windows. The neighbor's looking inside again.
I leave it open so I can watch her sometimes.
Yeah. You hear screams. He's like, "Let me go close that basement real quick."
Just ignore that. It'll stop shortly.
I'll feed you after the video, you bitch!
Jesus. It got dark. It got really dark very fast. But in a good way.
This has been canceled.
In a way that I want to say. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be a tagline. We'll go with that.
I mean, that's a good closing statement for a show called Canceled.
Yeah,
we've been canceled.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We've been canceled. Yeah. Have a good one.
Well, this was fun. We should try it again sometime.